How do you turn a cheap steak into this glistening, super tender, amazing beef stir fry? Well, I'm gonna show you, my friends, and we're also gonna make our very own homemade black bean sauce. This is my version of beef and black bean. So before we get into the magical transformation of our rump steak into something that's more akin to a fillet steak, let's do our homemade black bean sauce first of all. So you need to start off with a little bit of oil, and I haven't got the heat on the pan yet. I just want to have some oil into cold wok. And now I want to get in here with some garlic. And you could blend this up or pound it in a mortar and pestle, but if you've got one of these microplane graters, then you can just go straight in and grate it straight in. And now we want to do the same thing with some ginger. Okay, now we can turn the heat on. I didn't want to turn it on earlier because I didn't want the garlic to burn while I was grating everything in there. I just want to let this come up to like a little bubble, a little sizzle, and then just give it about a minute of stir frying just to take the edge off that harsh raw garlic flavor. So now we want to go in with our black beans, and what you're looking for when you're at your Asian store is fermented black beans. It typically comes in a packet like this, or sometimes a can. You can order them online as well. So we want to grab some of these. So you can see they're just a really dry black bean here. They'll sort of reconstitute and get kind of sticky in the sauce. You'll see what I mean a bit later. Just mix those through. Now we need some water in here. Now we're going to add some Chinese cooking wine. So I find typically when I'm looking at a store-bought black bean sauce, they don't have the cooking wine in it typically, and it really adds another level or layer of flavor. It makes the sauce a lot more special. I do know some of you don't like to cook with alcohol, so if that's the case, just try some apple juice. That'll add a nice kind of floral interest to your sauce. I need some soy sauce here. And some sugar. So you can see it's very simple to make this at home once you've got your black beans, and the flavor difference between this homemade version and any of the store-bought ones I've tried, incomparable. I mean, this thing is so fragrant and lush and amazing that it's definitely worth making this at home. Now just bring this up to a gentle simmer and then let it do its thing for about 12-15 minutes until you see that most of that liquid has evaporated. Okay, so this is the kind of situation you should be looking at right now. Most of that liquid has evaporated. Our black beans are looking all sticky and soft, and everything is looking shiny and lovely. We're gonna increase that shininess, make everything a bit more lush by adding some corn flour. So just add like a teaspoon in here and a little bit of water. Just give that a mix. In we go. And now that's what I'm talking about, guys. Shiny, sticky, all the things. This can come out and it's ready to go in a jar. All right, so your black bean sauce will keep in the fridge for a couple of months, but you know, I don't tend to make huge batches of it, so that kind of thing would like last a month in my household. But you can use this for stir fries. It's an amazing little topper for some eggs. Like just kind of drop little bits of it on your fried eggs in the morning. It's like a salty umami kind of, you know, all-round good guy. But today we're gonna do a very special black bean beef, and let's get going on that. So let's talk about beef first of all, because we've got a little magic trick to do here. So I'm going for a rump steak here. Now I've chosen rump because typically, well, where I am, it's often on sale. You can get a big whole chunk of it. Now the thing about rump steak is that it has a really great flavor, but it can be a little bit tough if you don't treat it right. So let's have a look at this here. You've kind of got some pieces that need to be just sort of sectioned off here. Just kind of go where the sinew naturally is through the steak. And the reason I'm doing this is that I like to just kind of slice off and take away any of those hard sinewy bits that run through the slice of the rump. Now I like to go in here on an angle. I find that you get kind of like a thinner, more tender piece of beef that way. So our beef is sliced. Now we're going to work a little bit of magic here. So what we need is some soy sauce. This one is for flavor. Gives us a nice kind of salty seasoning. And we want some Chinese Shaoxing wine here as well. And then here come the little special ingredients. So some corn flour first of all. Now this ingredient will give you that kind of, you know, that like velvety soft kind of texture you get in a really good Chinese restaurant when you're eating your beef or your chicken. And it kind of tricks your mouth into thinking that things are a lot more tender than they are. So that's our first little trick. And the second one is some baking soda. So baking soda will do a couple of things. It's going to help to tenderize the meat itself, but it's also going to help it brown a lot quicker, which means we're not having to cook the beef for so long. We're getting some beautiful like caramelized flavor. So it's really a good guy. Now give that a really good mix. Now this doesn't need long to marinate at all, just leave that there while you're prepping your veggies. So I'm going to go with some onion here. And some capsicum. And some spring onion. So now we get to the cooking part, and a couple of things here are also going to help out with getting a really beautiful tender beef. So first of all, I want my pan really hot, because of course the last thing we want to do is get our meat in here and then have everything kind of stewing at a low temperature, and then things get tough and like not very nice. So hot pan, oil, and then you want to wait till things get really kind of scary hot in here. I see a little bit of smoke. And now the beef goes in. Now you really want to push that beef out straight away so you've got as much of the surface of the beef coming into contact with the hot pan as possible. Now stand back, don't touch, let the heat work its magic on that beef. Like a couple of minutes here, you really want to develop a nice kind of color on that first side. Now start flipping that beef over, and then again kind of push it out, and again let's get some color. Let's see some searing action here. Alright, let's get in here and stir fry again, and look at that. So you can see that we've got some lovely brown color there. That is flavor. That's what we're looking for. Now we can go in with some onion. Toss that onion around, give the onion a little bit of time to like get that raw edge off. Now in with the capsicum or bell pepper, depending on where you are. And now for our black bean sauce, like the magic sauce. I want some oyster sauce here as well. So you're kind of using the black bean sauce almost as more like a paste, like a concentrated black bean paste, and then we're going to add in some oyster sauce to kind of thin it out a bit, and also just a little dash of water here as well. All right, look at that color, look at the shine. I mean, that is just really quite joyful. I love it, I love it. Okay, spring onion in there now. And that's it. Let's get this out on a plate. Okay friends, there you go. A very special beef and black bean. Let me get in here though, and let me tell you all about this beef, because I'm telling you now, it's good. Looks good. That texture is so incredible. Literally, in the second you kind of taste it, you're getting that silky kind of feeling. That black bean sauce is so fragrant with the fresh ginger and the garlic and all the extras. I love that you can make a cheaper cut of steak like this. Really tastes almost like a fillet steak. Like, that's so good. Yeah, so comfy, so good.
If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks guys.